So normally I do this thing called Fast February every year where I try to go on a caloric deficit for the entire month of February, and I usually try to increase the deficit as the month goes on. So getting towards the last days of February are usually the hardest. However, it's kind of like a buildup. So it's the hardest, kind of, but it also gets easier. I've been doing horrible this year. Absolutely horrible. I mean, at best, I would say I've been maintaining. But yeah, for the last 6 to 8 months, I've been doing absolutely horrible just overall as far as my diet. Of course, a lot of that was actually from drinking, but not so much pop and different things like that, but drinking. So I'm backed off of that this year significantly. Haven't drank so far. And getting back to my rule of thumb, which is don't drink your calories, which I normally don't have an issue with anyway. I don't like to drink sugary drinks or anything like that. Sometimes juice. But now I gotta get back to what I used to do before and what helped me lose over 100 pounds, which is eating lentils a lot, eating beans and rice. Obviously, you can have fruits and vegetables. Steamed broccoli was one of my things. Baked sweet potatoes are excellent, low calorie, full of nutrients. It's things that are great for you, and trying to get away from things. I've been eating a lot of cheese and a lot of nuts too. And it's been hard. I'll admit, like I'm under a little decent amount of stress. I have work and then I have to stay for a lot of classes that are just absolutely stupid. They're making us study things that have absolutely nothing to do with what I'm trying to go for. So, learning a lot of history and stuff about just these useless facts and everything. And I tell you, it's just crazy what they're distracting us with and what they're trying to get our minds on. They're trying to make us jump through these hoops. They're gatekeeping a degree. And to an extent, I understand, because if you're an employer and you see that someone's willing to jump through these hoops to get this dumb degree, then you're more likely to hire them. However, they're hiring these teachers who are absolutely stupid, who have God complexes, and they're teaching nonsense. Like every bit of information that they're teaching is useless. These teachers are useless. A lot of them have never left academia, and if they had to survive based on their own skill set, they couldn't do it. They couldn't do anything. It's absolutely insane. And then a lot of them want you to memorize these things, history and, different acts and stuff verbatim. It's retarded. So it's just everything having to do with school is just stupid. Honestly, I can see why there's this push against college, and it's warranted. Like, I don't think I would send my kids to college first when I do have kids. I would probably push other things, unless there's a certain field they absolutely want to go into. I mean, obviously, you can go into engineering, you can go, flying, different things, and they do pay well, but overall, college is a scam. It's just a scam because you don't need most of the stuff they're trying to push on you to do what you're trying to do. They're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they've progressively been getting bigger, charging more money for tuition, hiring these teachers who are absolutely useless, and just to prop themselves up. So it's so dumb. So a lot of dieting is trying to control yourself and whether on under stress or not. And this is where I have been falling short. I haven't been doing terrible. I haven't been eating candy. I haven't been eating fast food. I have been eating vegetables and everything. However, I did kind of switch to where I was eating the vegetables, the breaded broccoli, breaded green beans, breaded cauliflower, and getting that in the frozen section and baking it and eating that. And then I've been eating cheese and nuts and things like that. So not terrible, but definitely not good. And not eating what I need to eat to lose the weight that I actually added to the last 6 months by letting myself get out of control, mainly through drinking. So I need to rein it in, and perfect time to rein it in before summer. So going back to beans, lentils, gonna make lentils. These, what's great about lentils though, is they cook up so fast. Uh, and if you need to, you can just add some butter, salt, pepper. You got a nice little meal there, and they're nice and filling. So I would recommend that to anyone who's trying to lose weight. Start starting things like that. I drink black coffee. That's what I've been sipping on now. And usually I have creatine in it, but I already had a couple cups today. So doing that and just trying to get back to the diet I used to do. So far today I had a protein bar, and I had one of those chocolate muffins that has vegetables baked in. They're not that good, but it's just something. It's like something you can use to bargain with yourself so that you don't eat something worse. They're about 100 calories per muffin, so not too bad. I think 4 grams of protein in each one, and they use zucchini and carrots. Uh, so not terrible. It's just something to keep yourself from eating things that are much worse. So in total, I've had around 300 calories today. Not too bad for the start of the day, and then hopefully I can keep it well under 2,000, and then I should be able to keep myself well under maintenance. And if I can keep myself under maintenance for the rest of the month, then start getting a nice caloric deficit in there, especially going into March and going into the spring. I should be able to knock myself right back into where I need to be, where I want to be. So hopefully I can keep track of what I'm doing, and I'll try to see if I can show what I do so that it can help someone else see what it takes. It's not fun, but it's definitely rewarding, because how you feel when you are wearing clothes that fit well, and those clothes also feel kind of loose in the right areas. That's the thing, is when the clothes feel loose in the right areas but tight in the right areas, that just feels so great. Um, so much better than eating a piece of candy or anything like that. So that's what I'm doing for now. Hopefully, I'll post more about that and about my progress. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.